guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. I don't know if this angle is going to work, but we'll just go with it. I hope it works. That's a lot of books. Okay, so starting off up the top, I have my vintage classics collection. I don't have all of the books in the collection, but I have a lot of the ones that I wanted. I have The Fall of the House of the Usher. No idea what it's about. It sounded cool. I think I have heard of Edgar Allan Poe, who wrote it. The cover's really pretty. Next up, I have Dracula. Very cool cover and edges. I think there's the Gothics and then there's the Romantics or something. I'm not sure exactly. But coming up next, we have Persuasion. This is probably my favorite cover. I have loved None But You. Beautiful. It's by Jane Austen. The next one I have read, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I've read this, absolutely loved it. So good. I was reading it and I'm like, this isn't like a romance. And then I was like, oh wait, actually it is. Oh, and there were all these twists and I loved it. It was really well done. Pride and Prejudice. I've seen the movie, but I really want to read the book. It's a classic, so I had to get this one. A lot of these are new in my collection, so I haven't read them yet. This one is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Heard of it, saw it, had to get it. It's another Gothic. It's quite short actually, along with Frankenstein as well. I like the cover of this one as well. It's short and should be a good read. Wuthering Heights with the movie. I have to read this before I watch the movie. I don't know when I'll end up reading this. I'll probably try read this soon so that I can watch the movie. It's by Emily Bronte. The last one on my vintage classics collection is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think I heard about this when I was watching Wednesday. I think she mentions, I'm not sure, but I've heard of it somewhere, and when I saw it as part of the collection, I had to get it, so got this one. The next books on my bookshelf collection are tall books that don't fit in this section. I've got John Grisham's The Widow. I haven't read this. It is a thriller and my dad loves John Grisham, so when I saw this as his new book, I had to get it and I'm looking forward to reading it. I think it will be more of an easy read, so I'm excited about that. Next, I have The Intruder by Freida McFadden. I was a little bit disappointed with this book, but it is what it is. It was good, the beginning was good, I didn't like the ending. And then I have the beginning of my Magnolia Parks collection. I have, Magnolia Parks is the first one. I love the cover, it's so gorgeous. And then I also have Daisy Hates, again, love the cover. So I'm really excited to read these, I've heard good things about them. Next on my list of to reads is Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life, which is a romance. Another palette cleanser, something easy to read. I love the cover. I'm really excited about this book. I don't know why, if it's because of the formatting. It's The Correspondent and it's set up as letters that you read, which I thought would be really cool, and I've heard really good things about it. And the cover, I'm just really excited to read this one. Another one that I'm excited to read is Slanting Towards the Sea. I think it's set in Croatia and I'm just so excited to read it. And the book is it's not a hardcover, but it's made kind of like it is. I'm just excited to read this. My first hardcover edition of the Harry Potter series. I've read the whole series. This was the first book of it that I brought. I only ended up buying one of the hardcover and borrowing the rest from my sister. So I have this one and it's up here, and those are all of my, except for Slanting Towards the Sea. I have it set out as I've got my vintage and then my taller books. Down here, I actually forgot I do have two more vintage classics. I have Emma and The Little Woman. I don't need to say much more about these. I then have In Your Dreams, which was from my book club that I'm in. I haven't read it yet, but I got it and I am gonna read it once I've finished reading all my library books. I then have some that I'm really excited to read that I haven't read. Have I read any of these? I haven't read any of the shelf. This is like my TBR shelf. So starting off, we have Frederick Backman's Beartown. I want to read the series. I don't really really know what it's about, but I have heard really good things about it, and I do want to end up reading the whole series. And Anxious People as well. I then have the beginnings of my Seven Sisters series collection. I love it. Historical fiction is one of my favorites, so I'm really excited to read this. And then I also have The Storm Sister. I'm just really excited to read these, so I have those. Coming up, we have The Wedding People. So excited. There's so many different types of books you can read, and I kind of just go off of what lots of people have read and like. It's probably not a really good way to do it, but that's how I do it. I then have The Housemaid. I still haven't got around to reading this. I don't know if it's because I didn't like The Intruder or not. It looks like a nice, easy thriller and something good to read, so I have that one. I then have Red Rising. I don't know if I'm going to read the whole series. I might just read the first book of this. I have heard good things about it. My sister recommended it, so I'm excited to read this one. I then have Where the Crawdads Sing, and I've seen the movie and I wish I hadn't, because now I'm like, do I want to read the book? But the books are always better, so I'm excited to read this one. The cover's really pretty. I then have 2 hardcovers. So first off, I have Sunrise of the Reaping. So excited to read this. It's gorgeous. Look at the sprayed edges. It's just beautiful. I have it right next to Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, which I got on clearance, so I just had to get it. I don't know if I'll read the whole series, but I will read this first one, and just a nice easy palette cleanser, so that will be good. I then have the beginning of my Elsie Silver Flawless series. I really like the cowboy. I don't know, it's got like a cowboy rope there and everything. I don't read what books are about before I read them, which I don't know if that's like something you should do, but I just go by the cover if people like it, and then I choose my books. A lot of them are quite popular as well, which I'd like to read more indie. I don't know what I'm talking about. But then I have the beginnings of my Boys of Tommen series, Binding 13. Excited to read this. I'm not really into romances, but I want to read a few of them and see if I do like them. I kind of prefer historical fiction, literary fiction, and fantasy. I then have a Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I got the 3rd one in the hardcover, and then I had to get the 1st and 2nd. So that is what we have here. Love it. Really excited to read it. I did watch the TV show last year, and I was like, how did I not hear about this? Oh, it was a book first. That explains why it was so good. So I really want to read the books. Coming down, I have books that I have read. Once Upon a Broken Heart. I loved this. I want to read the rest of the series. Just so good. I love the fairy tale vibes and the mystical, magical elements. It was such a good read and really easy and just a light-hearted, interesting book. So I really liked this. Then we have probably one of my favorite books of all time and will forever hold a place in my heart. I Am Pilgrim. Amazing. A really good, I want to say thriller. I don't know how you would categorize it, but it's definitely a mystery thriller, investigating kind of. Oh, it is a thriller. Yeah, I don't want to say the wrong genre. Like, it seemed like a thriller to me. Anyways, really good. Loved it. It's a very active book. It's got a lot going on and you really have to follow the story, which is what I liked about it. I love it. I'll probably end up rereading it at some point in my life, so very good. I then have the book I read this past Christmas, The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. Loved it. Such a cute little book in a cute little town. I do want to end up reading more of her books, like The Cinnamon Bun Shop and The Flower Shop and all of the Christmas Tree Farm, like all of her books. I think that's such a cute little world that she's created, so I'm looking forward to reading more of her books. I read this one ages ago and I don't even really remember what it's about, except there was a desert, The Alchemist. I do remember liking it. I don't really remember what it's about though. Great book. Have it on my bookshelf. Again, I have another Harry Potter book, but it's also the first one. I don't know why. I think it's because I couldn't find the hardback, so I ended up buying this one. And then my sister said you can just borrow my books. So that's what I ended up doing. But I have my Harry Potter book. I then have a literary fiction, which is more of a palate cleanser, Fangirl. I really liked it. It was a very interesting read for me. It was a lot different to any of the books I had read at the time. I wouldn't reread it, but yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I don't know. Maybe literary fiction really isn't my genre. Like that kind. I don't know. Anyways, I have The Hunger Games. I haven't read this book, but I have it on my bookshelf. I found it in storage and added it to my bookshelf so I can read it. I then have The Life of Pi. I think I read this in high school. I'm not sure, but I have it on my bookshelf to read. This one, it's my family's book. It's not mine. I didn't buy it, but I have it on my bookshelf because I want to read it. We actually got it at Anne Frank's house when we were visiting. I think I'm going to need to be in a really stable headspace to read this because it will be quite deep. So I don't know when I'm going to end up reading this, but it's on my bookshelf to read. I then have 2 books that I bought ages ago. I haven't got round to reading them, but they're on my bookshelf and I don't know if I'm going to read them or not, but I've got Since You've Been Gone and I'll Give You the Sun. I then have some of my dad's books that I have on my bookshelf that I don't probably think I'll read. The Armor of the Light. It's a Revolution book. Revolution is in the air. I have a John Grisham book because my dad loves John Grisham. It's The Associate. I feel like this is going to be a really good read. I love law and everything, so this will be a great read. I then have A Most Wanted Man. It looks good. I then have my book of Van Gogh complete paintings. I love Van Gogh, one of my favorite artists, and I just like looking at all of his art. Also on my bookshelf, not book related, I have my Nintendo. Some fillers. They're not books I'm gonna read, but I might as well show them. They're these old books. We've got Wuthering Heights, Middlemarch, Silas Marner, Ammo Spartan. I have no idea what that is. The Count of Monte Cristo and The Three Musketeers. I also have my childhood book collection of the series of Unfortunate Events, The Reptile Room, The Bad Beginning, The Miserable Mill, The Wide Window. I even put stickers on it. Isn't that so cute? And The Slippery Slope. I do think I read this last year when I started getting back into reading, and it made me fall in love with reading again. So we'll always love Lemony Snicket. I then have The Tiara Club. Captivating. Never read it. My complete book of Flower Fairies. Gotta have it on your bookshelf, man. I then have my Bible, which is a journaling Bible. That is my bookshelf, guys. Got a lot of books I need to read, actually. I could ramble on about books for ages, so I'm just going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and seeing my book collection and everything. And like, comment, and subscribe. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.